It's gonna be a party, y'all.
How I feel, and I will build my world around you, 'cause I can't live my life without you. How I feel, 'cause everything I do is for you, 'cause mine is yours, 'cause I am.
You got that. It's on you, Tracy. It's on you.
Oh man, what's up, ladies?
Hello.
Welcome. If you all don't know, yes, we have flipped the script again. We are now on a visual, and this is another wonderful episode of
Kush Curves and Conversation.
And we have a lovely guest in the studio with us today. Hey girl, hey girl.
Hey girl, hey.
So if you don't know, May is Health Awareness Month, and we do our best to bring you all the tea and
try.
all the things that's in between when it comes to our health and this here bodies we living in.
I think it's cute because we actually brought the tea.
Yes, we did.
Brought the tea.
So we would like to welcome Miss Be Well, Miss Sun.
Hello.
And she is our holistic guru for today, and she's gonna walk us through some things. And as you all see, like Brittany said, this table of accoutrements. So if you see us get a little sippy, you know, at least it's all in good, you know.
Get into
Don't
it.
mind our
It's all
oatmeal cake.
natural.
Do not mind our oatmeal cakes.
Yeah, because it's about balance.
We still
We got cakes and cookies too.
I'm still. I was about to say, look, don't mind my oatmeal cake.
Right.
I'm still sad at heart.
At least the Hennessy not on the table.
No.
It's a balance.
It's
It's
a balance.
Friday.
That's right.
It
It's
is cheat
Friday.
day. I believe in cheat days, regardless of how healthy I am. I
Gotcha.
believe you,
You know,
shouldn't
I
deprive
feel
yourself
empowered
of
already because
cheat
she just
stuff.
told me I could have a cheat day.
Yeah.
So.
Well, cheat meal. I'm gonna say the day.
Meal, not day. Not the
The
whole
day.
day.
Maybe
Okay,
a
so
meal.
don't
Just the
spiral
meal.
out now.
Don't lose your
One
don't
good
lose your
I
shit.
say I done had a day, so okay.
Well, we would love to check in. You know, thank you. First of all, thank you again for supporting KCC between the audio and the visual.
Always.
If you did not check out the last is all audio. Again, it is all audio. You did not miss the beat. You didn't miss it. You just got to go listen to it and think about the way we look. Because we already know you know the way we look. Okay.
But the audio is also on YouTube, so you can get it there if you're a YouTube person. If you want to listen to your local platform, Spotify, Google Podcasts, whatever the hell, you can still get it there too.
Yep.
Get into it.
We ain't missing no beats. So
No.
let's check in. Is there anything new we're trying out in this here month of May? Anything
am I
new?
doing
We're
in this
like
month of May?
on this wellness. This is what we doing. What's new? What's happening?
You going first,
I
Brittany? She got
know.
that look.
I'm thinking.
She got that look like I want to go first.
No, I don't. I'm trying to think
okay.
about what I did. Like,
Okay, well I'll go first then, because my check-in. I have a question with my check-in, basically, but somehow recently between like the first episode and the last episode and then this episode, someone I used to talk to like back in the day, like 10 plus years ago, has now recently like surfaced again or whatever. So it's very different. It's a very different conversation because, like I said, 10 plus years ago, I was a very different person. I was probably ratchet. Look raggedy, like I said, raggedy
out here in the streets.
Right. And I think that two people can be in a different place, you know, from 10 years ago and then maybe reconnect. So my question is, would you ladies talk to somebody from your past that far back in your adult brain right now? That's my question.
I
Do
can't
you
go
think
first.
it
Hold
would
on,
make?
I gotta-
Do you think that?
Cause I know what was 10 years ago. So
That's why
So-
I said.
so like-
I feel like we like 10 years ago we probably weren't ready for each other because we were just doing raggedy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in college, so I knew the fuck I was raggedy. And you know what I'm saying? He was just out here wilding out. And now it's like we're both adults now. We're both parents. And it's like, and I feel like we've maybe calmed down a little bit. So I feel like maybe the conversation is probably different, or it's gonna be different, versus like when I
y'all
didn't
used to
have sponsoribilities or anything, you know, when I didn't have the stuff that I have
I'm
now.
not gonna say yes, and I'm not gonna say no, because
It depends on what
hopefully
we're talking
within those 2 years, like you
Right.
said, growth was in there somewhere. We don't have the same brain, but at the same time, me being myself, I'm probably kept up with you in the last 10 years, and I'd have been like, I don't know if I agree with none
Not
of that.
even like a Facebook.
That's happening
I
like
have
that.
Not like Facebook, nothing. You're
No.
not. We've become Facebook friends now.
But I forgot, you're like the cutoff queen, and I'd be like, oh, hey,
yeah, you
see
know
you
me.
later.
You know me. Once you
So
leave me, you be like. So it's
just
very.
like
It's a
deaf to
very
you,
different
but-
space.
I think it depends on who we talking about. Because one person could never.
Right.
That's why I was like, I can't say yes, and I can't say no.
Yeah.
He could never.
You could never.
Can't even figure out what color of the panties. I can never.
Never, not never.
But
Right.
on the other side of that, there are flights that never took off, and I should have been boarding. It's only one. But it's only one. But if we're saying
Only
second
one?
time around, nah, I could never, because if I knock myself right at the 10-year mark of what happened at 10 years, no, keep it, got the t-shirt, don't want to wear it again. But if we're talking we didn't really take
nothing
off,
ever took off.
Right.
Nothing
I
ever.
would see where you are in that brain, because first of all, I have learned that I was more risky with my health then than I am now.
Yeah.
Right.
So I would look at your habits now and be like, you eat fried chicken every day, sir. I don't think I'm gonna make you kind of happy, because I'm gonna be like, what you doing with your life? Like,
There's
you
nothing
just-
wrong with fried
I can't.
chicken.
Like, I don't know. I need to know where you are mentally. Like, you got to mentally show me that you're no longer in your
In that
20
space.
somethings.
Right,
And I use
yeah.
that as not the chicken to be the chicken, but like I gotta see that you've grown something, or you've had some life that happened.
Right.
And with that life happening,
It
you
taught
developed
you.
and grew
You had
some
some
better
experience.
nuts or something.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm gonna be like, I respectfully decline going about your life.
Right.
I can't do it. I can't take it. Can't see it. Can't even do it.
It's like, ugh.
I can't.
Not the chills.
I'm
Yes.
good.
Oh, no. Can't do that. So I guess my answer is no. Enough.
Enough. No, enough.
No, enough. Or
No,
you don't. Or you
enough.
just don't know. I don't know. I think
That's why I said I can't say yes and I can't say
it's
no.
a very different conversation. When I say I'm going in there with like kid gloves, I am like kid gloves. It is very
poking at it.
Delicate.
right, because it's
Yeah.
very like I don't want to. First of all, I'm
But
not.
how did it end 10 years ago? It just was.
Oh, yeah,
you
that
got-
matters.
See,
It was
that's
like
my
a-
thing. It depends on how it ended or how it was kind of
Was it
flowing.
ghosted?
If
Yeah,
you
it was like a
move
ghosting
here and
thing.
I move here,
It was like a ghosting thing.
Who
Like
ghosted who though?
he ghosted me. But it was like we just went from kicking it to next thing you know we don't talk at all. So and I mean it wasn't even like I kick
so
it
no
at you.
animosity and nothing. Then
It's not enough for you to conclude anything.
I say give it a go.
yeah,
and you're
I'm not
single.
even. I can't even really say
Yeah,
it
if
ended
you're
like
single, then-
it just ended. It just dissolved
I'd be poking
itself.
it with a grabber.
It just. I mean,
Yeah.
it just dissolved itself. You know what I'm saying? It just acided itself. It just dissolved itself in the water.
She called
Right,
you
now,
a tongue.
You are an Alka-Seltzer
Nothing
nigga.
became
Alka-Seltzer
See, most
nigga.
of the time when people ghost other people, they're like, "Oh my god, this dude ghosted me. I don't ever want to see him anymore. I hope
It
he get a
just
flat
fizzled out.
tire
So I had
or
like
whatever.
that
I'm about
too.
to key his car. All the other and like it was the one thing that dissolved, and I didn't mind that it dissolved because, like I said, I was in college and I was doing probably ratchet shit anyway. So it was just kind of like, you know what I'm saying. So I don't have any like ill will, bad will towards it. I just was like, it just.
say give
Dissolved
it a
it
go.
just dissolved naturally. Like I think it was
give it a whirl.
something on both parts.
Let us know if we got to get the gat.
Right.
I mean, if you're not doing nothing, go ahead. Try it out.
I'm not the advocate for the negativity, but you do know we come in. We come
We come in
prepared,
threes, okay?
And I would say
Listen.
go ahead and free yourself and figure it out, but just know
Go ahead and like
If you
dip a
dial
toe in
my
the pool
number
of curiosity, you know,
On site.
just to see.
On site.
be like, I got call her last. I got call her last because I know this is
No,
going.
we
She'll
got,
be-
and we
she'll
got
be in
people
a
we
point
can
in
call
an
to
hour.
get to you before I
She'll
get
be in a point in
there.
an
So
hour. Is what she said.
Yeah.
45 minutes. That car be on two
In the
wheels
wind.
in the wind.
she gonna be like, "Get up, put your sneakers on." All right,
She'll
cool.
be down. She'll be down 58 and bring in the cops with her. Yep.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that would be
Sounds
me.
about right.
But okay.
That's my check-in.
That's your check-in. What do
all
you
I
got
got.
to check in?
I don't really have nothing to check in with. That's what I was
Like
like.
to like
I've been thinking over here the whole time, like, what I've been doing? Work.
Yeah, basically
sleep,
work, sleep.
do it all over again.
That was the only thing.
I honestly just been minding my business. I really
like
have.
that.
I've been trying to mind my business, but people be trying to get me to mind other people's business, and I'd be like, no, I don't want to do that. So then I just, let's just slide that message over here. We'll look at it never. So
I think I'm in the same boat as you. The only thing I've been putting extra emphasis on is mental health and really minding the business that I need to mind. And realizing people will really put you in the middle of their stuff. And I mean, they'll toss you in it like you did it. And you be like, how did I get here? Like, shut the door. Get out.
Like,
That
you
won't
can only,
be.
girl, you can only be in that space if you allow yourself to be in
And
that
see,
space.
I ain't allowing it. And they
as
don't
soon
like
as
that.
they
Never.
that's something
I don't
like
want
that cross
nobody to
my
break me out
threshold,
my
I'd be like,
peace.
back up,
don't do that.
back up.
Because it's already enough when like just like small things disturb my peace, like traffic or some shit like that, and I be in the car just cussing and fussing.
Oh, we don't want to talk about it. We want to talk about traffic.
Me in the car just cussing and fussing.
traffic
I
is
was
just
talking to her
traffic.
on the way here. I'm calling everybody all kinds of bitches, grandmas and shit.
Just
Just,
bitches and hoes.
no, I just don't take me out my peace. I've been really in it, like.
Okay. Well, let's dive into our wellness piece. Miss Sun, we definitely want to get to know you a little better now that you are in the pod realm.
But first, Chronicle, because we definitely got for not having one last episode. So
Okay. Chronicle.
Give it to us.
yeah, all right, here we go. All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of Brittany's Chronicles.
Why did I feel like there was like news sounds? You're right. Go ahead.
Anywho, okay, so today's Chronicle, since we're on, wellness, health and wellness and whatnot, today we have 7 reasons why eating weed is actually healthy for you.
It actually is.
It really
is.
is.
We're drinking.
Yep,
Yeah.
and drink. Ingest it.
Ingesting.
Let's go there. We're
Yeah.
ingesting weed. So here we go. To, keep it short.
It's like the
and
rainbow.
whatnot.
The more you know.
The more you know. Number 1, cannabis leaves are very high in vitamins and minerals and fibers. Okay? So like you could put it in a salad or something like that. Cook it like collard greens maybe toss them in there with your actual collard greens.
Collard
I don't know,
cannabis.
just like,
Collard
collard
greens.
collard candy leaves.
I was gonna say, now you know how we make
Anywho.
college greens in the South now, girl.
But it's really high in like
Once you put
vitamin
it in
K.
that, with that meat and that stuff in there, girl. Don't even be like,
Give it to the family. What am I eating?
Listen,
college greens, and that's all you need to know.
you see your aunt saying,
Listen, once you put that piece of smoked meat
Well,
in,
first of all,
once you
the,
put that
the
piece
leaves
of smoked
don't have
meat
no
on there
THC
and that
effect. It's
vinegar,
just
you
a leaf, literally.
It's basically a leaf.
But it's just
Yeah.
it's just a
I
very
can see the panic attacks
just a
at
healthy.
the table because
It's
they
one of
not
your leafy
educated.
greens. Is basically all it is.
But once
You
you
can't
cook,
tell 'em.
once, I was about to say,
Gotta
once
let
you
'em
cook
eat
it
it.
down in the collard green, you don't know what
You're
that
not
is.
gonna know what's in there.
Hell, you
It all
barely
looks
even
the
know
same.
what collard greens.
Trying to eat up everything
Exactly.
else.
It's
You
like
barely
like
know what
kale.
college
You
green.
get-
Y'all about to say when you cook kale, you don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah,
It look
just
like spinach.
a little extra green. Oh, this is real fresh.
You
That
don't
kind
know
of thing.
what that is.
But it's
I'm
real
saying.
high in like vitamin K, which is good for like blood clotting and things like that. Vitamin C for your immune system, iron and calcium and foliates and all that good jazz. So, the leaves are good for your vitamins.
I'm gonna have to find me some leaves.
Get
Like
you
I
some
need-
leaves, child.
I am. I'm
Plant
trying to
you
put
a
it in my
plant.
collard greens.
Get you a plant.
Put it in my collard greens with that smoked meat and that vinegar.
First of all, I feel like we need to add this to Tasha's continuous list of things to do. So now Tasha has to get.
We're gonna have a cooking with
A
cannabis
cooking with
segment. Is that
cannabis
what you're trying to
segment.
say?
Put it in there with some smoked meat, girl. Don't play.
Y'all know we give Tasha a list by the end of the year. She
It's
usually got a
done.
good 5 fingers or something. So now,
This is what we did, and we did this, and we did this.
Yep.
But anywho, while you're doing that, you can think about the fact that it is high in antioxidants. All those things that we need for ourselves to protect us from like stress, damage, cancer, those kinds of things. It is also a healthy alternative to smoking because, while you have like clean smoking or whatever, even though you smoke it, it's still putting like tar and stuff in your lungs. And if you're not like one of those people who like cleans out your lungs with like Mullen or something like that, then,
I have a
it's, it's in there and,
I know that's
it's
right.
building up and it's in there. You know what I'm saying? What else? Great for pain relief.
We know.
We
that.
all need that. I need that right now. It reduces nausea, which is why a lot of cancer patients like it. Can help fight cancer. See, look, there it is. We in there. And yeah, those are just a few of the things. I don't want to take up too much time because I know we got a whole show to do. But yeah, just a few things, think about while you're on your canna journeys. You know what I'm saying? Make you a little salad, just make you some edibles, something,
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily, you can drink it,
You don't always have to smoke it.
You don't always have to smoke it. No,
I
look,
do,
it's a little green something
I
up
do
there. Look at it. What is
CBD,
that?
But
What's that?
And a THC.
Okay. I was about to say, what's in your cannabis bag, Miss Sun? What's in your bag?
Right.
Got some stuff.
No, I don't have. No.
Not today.
No, not today.
Okay. Not bad stuff. Well, yeah.
So yeah, that concludes Brittany's Chronicles for today.
Yes. Yes. Don't be trying to beat us up over Chronicle.
That's right, because they just like, where is it? What was it?
These people on their news, okay?
They
do want their
Now
news.
watch
And then they tell us when
now
we
watch.
ain't on.
Everybody gonna be making the cannabis collard
collard greens,
Don't
Be like,
play.
send me
Can of
your
collards.
recipes. Can of collards. That's
little
it.
chef
collard.
salad,
And if you making can of collards
Cabbage.
and don't say it with me, I'm gonna be mad.
right? Thanksgiving is gonna be
Where
lit.
is my
It's gonna be
infused
great.
collard screen?
Oh, man.
Cause I can only imagine that. Look, that pot sit on the stove for a long time. I can only imagine how much some weed gonna stew up in there.
Very true. Well, even with that, it makes me think like, you remember how we was talking about how it's like the collards, but the misconception is as long as you touch a piece of it, you get high.
Yeah,
Right?
And that's not the case.
And that's not the case. So my question to you, Miss Sun, would be like, what are misconceptions that are often in the wellness realm? Like, I know a lot of people be like, oh, you gotta eat 10 almonds, 2 apples, and 6 watermelons in a day if you want to live. Like, people will just put out random stuff that makes zero sense. So what's like a lot of common misconceptions that come across in wellness that's like, this is cap? What's cap? That's what I want to know. What's the cap?
It's so many little health gimmicks or whatever. They even have people that weigh their food. I can't really
I think
get.
that's
Yeah,
stupid.
that's kind
I
of.
refuse.
That's a bit much.
Wait.
Yeah, and like
Hungry.
bring a scale to the restaurant and literally weigh your food. Like people are obsessed that way. Which
I don't
is-
mean to look
To
at
the
you like
restaurant?
I know,
offense,
but
I'm
yeah,
just,
I've seen it.
I
Yeah.
I was gonna say
So
I've seen
it's-
people bring their own, like they pre-weighed it and bring it to the restaurant. with
Yeah, or
them.
some people
I've
bring their
never seen
own
that.
bread.
They bring their
or
own
something
food,
like
yeah.
that. But my thing is just don't eat it. Or what's healthy.
What are you out for?
Just do a salad.
for socialization.
That's stupid. Go to your house, throw a kickback. Ain't nobody doing all that.
Yeah, so I mean, my thing is, what's bad for you, and you know what's good. You can't go wrong with fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains, beans, fiber, things of that nature. So again, it's on you. What kind of works for you? If you want to do the keto diet, totally up to you. It kind of where every diet goes with everyone's body type. Or even now is your what is it? Your blood type. They even have a diet that goes for that. So it's kind of, or if you have fibroids, or if you have, if you're looking for a way to lose weight or get healthy and the regular stuff isn't working, like exercise, eating healthy and what have you, and you still find yourself, then it's something that you need to focus on more. You know what I mean? So then you want to consult with a nutritionist and things of that nature, get all your blood work, and so they can find something that works with you.
I'm curious about eating for my blood type.
Me too.
I didn't
What is
think
that
about
like?
it.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I just want to know what's in it. I am not saying personally that I'm gonna do it, but I just want to
It just
know.
sounds like a lot of work, and for me to be healthy, I need something that's not gonna be a lot of work. I don't want to have to think that hard for it.
Right. So
And
that's
I-
when
and
you
I-
go with
I-
the
I think
regular
that's-
eating healthy and working out.
I was gonna
and,
say, I think that's a
yeah.
lot of like my frustration with a lot of health and wellness things is that I don't want to have to think about it. And a lot of people are like, no, you got to think about it, and I'm like,
Right.
I don't.
I don't mind doing
I don't
the
wanna think about it.
thinking, but I ain't weighing my food at no restaurant. Though.
No, I'm not doing that.
I thought that was.
I think that's a little
that's
overboard
just
right
a
there.
little
You just
They
sit
have
there.
even created the plate. Okay, so Sierra from Love and Hip Hop, she has now created a plate
That weighs it
designed
for you.
Oh, it's like
No,
portions.
it portions it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
portions
portions
it.
it.
Yeah.
I was like, this
I've
is a
seen
lot.
that before.
I was like,
Someone
this is
here
a
So
lot.
it's like a
that.
sectional plate.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty
yes.
much.
So
Like
why
a
not just
Passover
buy?
plate?
Why not just buy a sectional plate?
It's like it, but it portions
guess it's
to
like the
I guess to
type
how the
of food.
nutrition.
Yeah.
So it portions out. Okay, this is
Your
how much your
starches,
protein
your
is supposed to
meat,
fit in this
and-
box.
yeah.
Your starch is supposed to fit in this, and then they were like. Then she was like, you can just put whatever fits in the box, I guess, but it makes you lose weight because it's more so portion control.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is too much thinking.
I mean, if it helps, if it helps.
I'm like,
if it helps
it might
control
help
If you
the
need
portion.
that,
somebody.
sure.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm not
But
gonna
I think
knock
for
nobody
me,
who does it.
I think for me, especially because celebrities overprice like a lot of shit.
Right.
That plate is
Yeah.
probably like
$500.
$50 or something like that.
Yeah.
She's probably selling it for and people are probably buying it because it's her. I'm not buying a $50 plate
Yeah, it's
because
like a child's
do
plate.
You,
A child has the same.
Yeah, the same
little
plate.
portion
Just buy the kid's
Yeah,
plate.
See, my
you
thing
just-
is, I'm an average like American. Do you know what I could buy with that $50 plate? Stuff for groceries in the grocery store. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's a lot.
I mean,
Yeah,
if I
that is a
didn't
bit
know
much.
what portion control really looked like, and I needed to know what it looked like, I can see it being used as a tool. But to say when I make my bacon and eggs in the morning that it has to fit in this square little piece every day,
Ain't gonna happen.
I don't think I'd be washing
Right,
that
right.
one plate for them 2 eggs and them 2 bacons. To
All
just
the
to
time,
say,
every day, all the time, after
all the
every
time.
meal.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
No, you eat every meal in this.
Right, and it's portion.
No,
Yeah, but I mean,
because
if
it
it's to
forces you to
teach-
buy more than one. I'm not
If it's
doing
to
that.
teach me memory on what portion control looks like, sure. If I knew I'd be out here on some boatload type eating and I didn't know what it looked like, that's an issue because you really don't know what the control looks like. But I just can't see me washing that plate every day talking about, here I go. Here I go.
Right.
I would feel
That
guilty.
could be a guideline.
Like I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
like even if I put a whole bunch of leaves in the leaf part of the plate, and be like, that's all my leaves.
You said
That's all, like,
She mean her
tomatoes.
salad.
Her tomatoes on the side.
salads.
You know, there's
Her
some
salads.
tomatoes in the corner.
Look, you can only
cucumbers.
have so many of
you
those
try to
because
shove
you know
so
it's
much
a
stuff
fruit.
in there.
You can only have so many tomatoes because you know it's a fruit, and fruits
Right.
are high in sugar, so you can only have so much sugar or whatever.
They just don't want you to live no more. That just be the thing.
That's exactly what I think when I watch like
Everything
health
is bad for you.
gimmick people or people on it's like don't eat this, or this will cause this and this will cause. I'm just like at this point I just want to be happy. I don't
Right.
want to be fat no more, but I mean I just want to be happy, but not pudgy.
I want to know
If
what's
that makes
going
sense.
on with my food so I can make better decisions with my food. But if I get an invite that says get dressed at 8:00 and we going to a steakhouse, am I really supposed to respond to that man and say I gotta bring my plate?
You said
Hold on, let me pack my plate.
Let me get my portion. Let me get my portion control.
Let me grab a plate. Like grab the keys. Let me grab a plate.
I'm saying like
But with that, I would say since if you have the plate
I pay my red bottoms,
if
not my Passover plate.
I'm sorry, in places like that, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna eat all this bread and I'm gonna eat all this.
Right. Or just, I guess cut it up, like, and take the other half home. But like I say, I believe in cheat days. So if he's asking you to go out on a Friday or a Saturday or a cheat meal, then enjoy
that's
your
what women
steak.
do
You know
anyway.
what I
My
mean?
red bottoms.
That's what women
and
do
then
anyway.
You,
You
and
didn't
then
know?
you just snap back. What I do personally is Monday through Friday sometimes, or at least Monday through Thursday, strict diet. Like I don't eat any cooked foods. I work out and just do all raw vegetables. And then Friday and Saturday, might have a drink, eat some fried fish, eat some chicken. You have to balance it, especially the older you get, your body's not going to break that all down. And now today's food is so toxic and has so much crap in it, our bodies can't recognize it anymore. So now it's making us fat, it's making us sick, it's making our hair fall out, it's making our skin bad, everything. So if you just have like a good regimen, then you will have a happy medium. You know what I mean? So you still can eat your cake and, your steak or whatever, you know what I mean? But you just got to be in a mindset to be strict. Like that has to be like your like if you're running and that's the ribbon. Okay. Friday is the ribbon. You know what I mean? So you can be like, shit, I'm about to eat. Chicken
Motivation.
Yeah, so
Be like,
but then
Lord,
it
I
also
can't wait
makes
to
you
get to
feel
Friday.
good.
Yeah,
'cause
listen.
You'll do it so much that you might skip Friday. You might even skip Saturday. You know what I mean? And good for you. And then, but still, you won't feel guilty if you do have a piece of whatever. You know what I mean? So once you get into like the habit of it, your body starts liking it, and then you can still. Like now I can taste like, it has to be like a really good organic kind of, nice piece of chicken. Like a fake chicken, Oh my God! Like your taste buds would
With
change.
that,
Like,
the red meat.
the you know the big horse
is that?
gigantic
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. So it'll your body will start changing your palate, and it just becomes routine. You know.
So I guess my question with that is like, where would you, if you were to purchase meats, where would you buy it from?
Harris Teeter, Trader Joe's, Fresh Mart. Wait a minute. They're not. I know she was like, wait.
All I heard was cha-ching.
No, okay, so
cha-ching,
I'm
cha-ching.
very budget friendly when it comes to this. That's why I came up with all my products and I try to keep it budget friendly. But as far as like wingettes, Harris Teeter has the cheapest ones and they're organic. And you can get about
I'm making a
10
note.
or 11 and it's like $7-8 at the most.
Wingettes.
Trader Joe's for snacks. They have really good frozen
Snacks.
fish like swordfish and I love salmon, wild caught. Make sure all your fish is wild caught. They're pretty reasonable when it comes to that. Who else I go to? Wegmans. I just love Wegmans.
Oh, listen.
I just like
too.
Wegmans because
Listen.
one, they're
Wegmans
open at 12
deserves-
o'clock in the morning.
I do love
and
Wegmans. Yes, I
honey,
do.
It's just, I mean, everything.
Wegmans is
Like,
great.
they're like Trader Joe's.
Look, I live in Emporia. All I got is a Food Lion and a Walmart and a butcher.
But see, here's the thing though. You live in Emporia. Y'all got Spivies. That we know that's organic.
I was gonna say I got a butcher.
That comes straight from the farm.
Listen,
Well, Food
we
Lion
know
has
where
their
that
little
comes from.
Nature Owns line, which is really cheap. Like, and it's organic. Like, you can read all the ingredients and pronounce it and everything. And that's Food Lion's organic brand. And it is really very, very reasonable. And they have Alfredo sauce, tomato sauce, everything compared to, you know, whoever else. They have their organic brand. So
So would you say
They're
that's
pretty.
like a misconception or like a misunderstanding in regards to health and nutrition that it just automatically the price is jacked up? If
it
you
is.
don't know
It
how to
is.
shop?
And it
Yeah.
scares
It's
people
extremely
because
high.
once you start going healthy, it's like, okay, well, let me go to Whole Foods. And Whole Foods will tear your head open.
It sure
Like,
will.
Whole
Whole Foods
Foods
is
will
I
make
extremely
you want
remember
to
that I
go
went into Whole Foods. I was
to
like, oh my
McDonald's.
God.
You
It
know
is
what I mean? Like, Whole
extremely
Foods is
expensive.
ridiculous. That's why I always recommend Fresh Mart, Trader Joe's, Wegmans, and Food Lion. You know, that's pretty much all I go to. And and they have, like I say, even Food Lion, they have their own little organic brand, and you kind of got to bounce back and forth. You know what I mean?
It is.
And
Kroger has
Wegmans
good
is
organic
pretty.
stuff.
It is
too, though.
so expensive to eat. Like
organic.
whole, it's so expensive to eat organic sometimes, and sometimes you know what I'm saying. Even though people be like, "Don't eat that pepper," what is it, Purdue, whatever it is. Sometimes you just be like, "Look, this Purdue versus this organic chicken, you gotta balance it." You know what I'm saying? And to me, as a parent,
Do what's best for your pockets.
I was
is
about
what
to
you
say,
said.
for me as a parent, I gotta do what's best for my pocket. Sometimes you just gotta go with the, and then you know, just try to balance it on the back end. Make sure you serve vegetables with your
With your
processed
stuff.
chicken. But see, like I said, I go to a butcher, so it's a lot cheaper for me because you know what I'm saying.
The
I just,
butchers are usually fresh and
Yeah.
So you can hear the pig outside down.
That's
You
right,
said-
Chaz. Sure can.
Listen, you just hear it.
I was gonna
Don't be
say,
pig outside down.
watching them slice the steak
right.
straight off
it's
the bone.
very hard
you like,
for me
yeah.
to believe that things are organic because I'm like, well, how do we know that this is like how do we know that this is really organic? This is probably the same
Right.
chicken from the same plant. They just slapped the label on it that said it's organic. And
Well, chicken wings have a different color. Now, Tyson's, you can tell because when the wing is huge and there's actually a documentary on them.
Okay.
And their flesh is like
this on my
yellow. It
list.
look like jaundice. What is it?
Jaundice.
Jaundice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like
Oh.
yellow. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
jaundice
not good.
chickens.
So now look at
Be
Harris
stressed.
Teeter. Now they're cute little wings, you know, because that's how chickens are. Chickens are small. They're not like you know big chickens.
I can't confirm or deny that. I got real
She-
look, I
she
got
got
live chickens. I can't confirm
Yeah.
or deny how big chickens are because I got a big chicken. So I got
her little shits are kind of big.
I
though.
got,
Her little big
I
things.
got a big
shout
chicken.
Out to Big
So
Them.
I cannot
AKA
confirm
Chanticleer.
nor deny that
When
chickens
the
are
chickens
small.
are- Okay, I guess it depends.
I guess
what you
because
feed
Big Them's
them,
is
I
big.
guess.
Bigums is a big old
Big Them's is a big old
bird.
rooster.
Okay.
That little thing will chase you around the yard.
That big chicken wing you see in the grocery store, you think that's not a real that is
That's
the
the
size
chicken.
of his
No,
arm.
I've seen them.
I'm
No,
gonna
I've
say
seen-
that is
yeah,
the size of his arm, so I
Yeah,
can't
I've
confirm
seen
or
them.
deny that.
But then you'll look at the Harris Teeter or Trader Joe's wings, and they're like more fleshy color. You know what I mean? So you can tell a difference. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so my question would be, what made you decide to go into like I'm not gonna call it a strict lifestyle. I'll say like the cycle that you eat in now. Like I'm not, given your background, you fed whatever was given to you. You know, you start there,
God,
right?
yes.
But what
you didn't.
led you to change and put yourself in such a cycle the way that you eat?
Okay, well, actually, I say once, I want to say in high school, you know, you get around the Muslims and they start talking about pork and everything. So that kind of deterred me away from a lot of meat. So, but then, you know, once I had my son and, you know, being a young mom in college and, you know, all that stuff, you kind of do a lot of microwave dinners and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So fast forward, my son was about 5 years old and he was playing Xbox and his eyes would jump like this. So I'm like, what's going on? And I brought him over to me and held his head straight and his eyes, I was like, can you see me? And he was like, I kind of can. And I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. So then I was like, okay, well, let me make an ophthalmology appointment because this is, you know, of course, it's alarming. So he played basketball. So I'm thinking maybe he had a long day or whatever. So then he started going to sleep and he was having like headaches. So I'm like, what is going on? You know, so, okay, fast forward, the doctor's appointment came and the ophthalmologist looked in his eye and he seen a swollen vein in his, behind his eye, which was caused from pressure in the brain. So come to find out, my son had an ependymoma brain tumor, which was on the brain stem in a cerebellum area. So all this, you know, all this going, I'm like, okay, Lord, did I give my baby too much microwave dinners? Or, you know, you kind of feel guilty or whatever. So we met with the neurologist and the ophthalmologist, and he had brain surgery, chemotherapy, radiation. He did excellent. You know, he actually went back to school, played football, you know, all that good stuff. Even during that time, like going through the surgery and chemotherapy, I just started reading on the brain and how cancers and tumors are started. And it's pretty much everyone has a cancer cell in their body. It just depends on what you eat that would trigger it. It could come from air. It can come from the food you eat. It can come from stress. It can be hereditary. A lot of our recipes from, you know, Big Mama's house or whatever is, you know, high cholesterol, high, you know, whatever recipes. So stuff can pass down. However, yeah, so just got fascinated with that and learned that Pam Grier, Foxy Brown, she had had cancer or a tumor, something like that, and she fought it with like eating healthy. I don't think she went through any type of chemotherapy or anything. And so I was like, wow, that's interesting. And you know, back in the day, people were like, oh, you got to ground, you got to eat healthy. And I'm thinking, you know, just eat healthy just so you can stay, you know, slim and fit. But it heals you. You know what I mean? So just got fascinated with all that, and just I started going to Norfolk State, so I got a minor in nutrition and the whole degree.
You did,
In this we trust.
I know, right? You know, right, Sparta. But so I have a bachelor's in MIS and a minor in nutrition, and just reading everything. So I'm just pumping all this, and my son and I just eating healthy, and you know, he can't have. We'll go to like a birthday party. I'm bringing his soy plant-based ice cream.
Are you the mom that says he can't have cake? He can't have sugar.
I can like he can have cake, and I'll kind of because my son used to just
like
eat
this.
the icing off.
You know
what I mean? He wouldn't even eat the cake, so I'll have to scrape off a portion of the icing, and I'll give him a little bit of the icing. Yeah, so I was that mom for a hot second. Right, exactly. So everyone, his family like is huge, so you know they already knew what was going on. So no one, you know, everybody like, no, don't give him that, and you know. So I was like, whoa, you know, it was good.
Keep the babies healthy.
Right.
Yeah. So and then he was getting routine MRIs throughout his life, every 3 to 6 months or whatever, and they said even with us going healthy or whatever, he was doing well. You know what I mean? So that was maybe 3 years almost. And then they stated that, we see a mass in his brain and we might want to operate again. No. Why? I'm like, he's doing good. I'm not seeing an nystagmus. That's what the eye thing was. We call it an nystagmus. And, you know, he's back in school. He's doing good and blah, blah, blah. So they would say, well, you need to act fast because it could take his life. And I was like, well, if we do the surgery, no, actually, yeah. So they were like, if we do the surgery, the outcome can be he can be in a permanent coma, or I have to rehabilitate him as an infant at the age of 8 or 9. So I'm like, well, none of this sounds good.
No, thank you.
You know what I mean? So then I even asked her, I said, suppose we take on I was like, we're eating really, you know, healthy now. Suppose we take, if I up the holistic, you know, start adding herbs and, you know, all that other stuff. well, we don't want to recommend that, but you know, if that's what you want to do, you can go ahead and do it.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Western medicine.
Yeah,
Gotta-
pharmaceutical.
they wanna
big
feed their
pharma, please
pockets,
don't come
baby.
get me. You know, big pharma, honey. So, but yeah, so I was like, okay, so I pretty much signed a waiver to decline his second surgery because I'm not. We're not doing it. And then I was a young mom, and they're guaranteed to get their money. So I just was kind of put all that in perspective. Like, we're not about to experiment on this little black baby over here.
Right.
So fast forward, consulted with a natural herbalist, and he made like this tea, concocted up this tea for my son. So we were taking that. I started doing the spirulina shots. Like we was doing everything, honey. And then fast forward, you know, he was doing good. The doctor was like, I don't know what Indian rain dance you guys are doing, but continue to do it. So I was like, okay, we're going to continue to dance. And now my son is 25 years old. He has a bachelor's. He went to Bethune-Cookman University, another HBCU.
We'll take
And
okay.
he has a major in computer engineering, and he works for Oracle right now.
Okay.
So when I say health is wealth, and I'll be 44 next month. So.
Right. All right.
So,
little hair flip.
so and I just you know, I love it. Like, and I make it easy, and I make it flavorful, and I just want to make it, you know, I just want to let you know it's okay to be healthy. Like, come on over.
I damn near have a sun cabinet in my house.
I was gonna say, do you know how many of these bottles of these jars are sitting in
I'm pretty sure, like, and that's how I done my son. Like, even in college, he's making his teas. He said his roommates thought he was weird because he'll make his teas and lemon, and you know, I'll send up, you know, little stuff, and he takes the sea moss. He does, you know, he does everything, even now. So. And I'm like, it's easy. If he can do it with all the distractions in college and the girlfriends and the everything, then I know our grown butts can, you know, incorporate it in our, you know, life. At least a couple days. Like, it won't kill you. Yeah, so
now I got to get out of my own way and find some days.
That's what I heard
it's
too.
just a couple days, and then once you do the couple, that's why I would do Meatless Monday. And this guy posted under my post, he was like, "All right, we do Meatless Monday. What the hell else are we supposed to do for the rest of the week?" I was like, you continue to go meatless. Right? I'm giving you the head start. I'm giving you the push to kind of, you know, make it a thing. So, but that's what I tell everybody. And I said, what the hell else am I supposed to do? I'm like, well, damn.
That's a t-shirt.
Meatless Monday. Right?
That is a t-shirt.
Like,
go ahead, coin that.
I know, right? But yeah, so that's what got me on this holistic journey, and my brain won't stop. It's like the more I read, and I do little certifications online to get, you know, more in tune on what, you know, boosts the immune system and things of that nature. And Dr. Sabi brought me the insight on sea moss, and I did sea moss like, I hate to be like the chief, I call it the chief factor, but I started like way before COVID because I wanted to supplement because I had dinners, I had snacks, I had teas, and I'm like, I need like something that gives you everything, like a multivitamin. And I was like, it has to be natural. I'm like, I don't know how to make no damn vitamins. And I'm like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out something. So when I read about sea moss, I was like, oh, this is perfect. 2 teaspoons. And, you know, it has a gelatin taste. Is that the best, you know, texture? But
it tastes like seawater.
I know. But that's why I try to do the flavors. I clean it real good, you know, put the alkaline water just to make it a little more enjoyable. But I take it personally and I throw some coconut water to sling it back. Cause
be
it's
done.
or I do the smoothies.
I was gonna say I am one of those people. I can't do like just a spoonful of.
Yeah, I know
like,
people that do just
it's a
just
texture
eat
thing.
it.
Yeah, I was about to say there are some people who are like I can just eat it. And it's a texture thing
I
to
can't
me.
just eat it by itself.
I will be like bleh, real quick.
right or the
I can't.
that's why I can't get it.
I can't get it down.
I don't eat them.
Child,
No, I got peas.
No, you just cook them. You just cook them because that's what they say to do.
She said just cook them, but don't eat them.
Just out here wasting food.
That's what I'm about.
Nothing in my house goes to waste because again, I have chickens.
Oh yeah,
So
okay.
therefore,
You have
I
a
don't
natural
eat it.
sewage management.
Well, not even that. Most of the things that we eat,
Compost.
No, not even. Well, here's the thing. Most of the things that we eat, they say that you can feed your chickens because it makes them healthier. But their diet is basically like our diet. So I can feed them a salad, which they technically don't really like lettuce, but they'll eat tomatoes.
Bigums don't like the lettuce.
No, it's
No,
weird because I look
child.
at other chickens on Instagram and they like chowing down on lettuce. I give them lettuce and they look at me like, bitch,
What is this shit?
We'll eat these tomatoes, but you better come out that house with something else. You know what I'm saying? But they'll eat watermelon down to the rind to where it looks like paper. So it's like, oh, okay. But they say you're supposed to give them what you eat because it's good for them. And when you look at the things that they can eat, literally it's stuff that you eat, like strawberries and vegetables and green beans and peas. So you know what I'm saying? They're like, if you don't eat moldy food, don't give them moldy food. But then they also make food for them. But still, they can eat the table scraps that you eat.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you can.
bring it
Find out Bigums is at the dinner table.
Girl, and
Right.
is. And
And
will
is.
and
Like a
is.
little poodle.
No, child, take that outside. Niggas can't come in the house. He didn't get too comfortable. No, I ain't done that.
You sure?
I'll never visit you again.
It's right.
I don't know. I would say that health is always I'm not gonna say a compromise for me or whatever, because I am trying to make better choices. However, because I am a mama to a sports child and we are like going gone sometimes. It's really it's not very hard, but it's also hard to try to mix stuff like that in all at the same time. So it's like I look for fast, yes. My family also, when we cook food in my house, we cook food for everybody. Yep. So if my daddy don't eat it, it ain't going on the table.
That's hard.
I'm not gonna. I'm gonna say it's very hard, but it's like I'm the only person who eats a multitude of things. The other two people are like, we eat some things, but not everything. And my child is like, I eat this.
Chicken nuggets.
I know even my son, he still doesn't eat
this.
condiments. Like it's either he'll do like spinach, meat, bread, cheese, like no condiments.
Nothing to glue the bread.
Girl,
Right?
nothing. It's still to this day.
Just dry food.
No, girl, even to this day, I was like, okay, you're older. You want to try? No, I'm like,
No
No,
wet bread.
shit.
Girl,
I need
no
a
wet
little
bread.
wet bread.
he
Yeah, I'm
doesn't,
saying,
he doesn't
just-
eat
just
salad.
eat it dry.
He'll eat spinach on stuff, but to
I was
fix
gonna say
him a
my son
salad,
doesn't eat salad, but
he doesn't.
He's like
A fruit
6 or
salad,
7. He's
yeah.
little, so he's like.
That's
still-
not even his interest.
Well, his
for
taste,
real.
but to me, I say his palate is still developing because
It is, 'cause he
when
loves
you're
Korean
little, when you're
barbecue.
little like that, you don't really eat salad unless
Somebody
it looks
gives to
tasty
you.
to you.
Right,
Like
yeah.
I didn't eat a salad probably until I was in the 4th grade, and I mean it looked good, and I was like, that looked good. Let me try that. But to say like at his age that I was
Yeah,
eating salad,
7,
no.
yeah.
He's not curious enough to
No.
get to the greens.
Yeah,
No,
Nah,
he's
not
You
not
gotta
curious.
curious
give it to him in like
He's not
here's
curious
tomato,
enough for
here's,
vegetables.
you know.
But if you buy like the chicken and rice pack or whatever, then he'll eat it. Which I mean, we probably like that's not good. You buy the Norris chicken and broccoli thing or whatever. But it's like I gotta get my wins in where I can because, like I said, my budget is not very. My budget and where I live and where I work at is not very health friendly to be like I'm going to be the most extremely healthy person
Right.
that I can be, and that's just how it is. I feel like my life and health are kind of
But you want
sort of
But
marrying.
you compromise with,
Yeah.
well, not compromise, but then you will come to a happy medium by walking or,
I was gonna say
working
Going
out.
to the
Yeah.
gym.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
the
so you're
exercise,
burning that off.
part
Yeah.
takes care of my diet portion. I say that because there are some days to where, like yesterday, I didn't get home till like 8:30, and I looked at him and was like, "I'm not cooking. Wendy's it is." You know?
Right. Yeah.
But it's like, but that's a real statement. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm not the only person in this world who is
Right.
making that same statement. It's like I want to be healthy, yes, and I go to the gym, and that's the part that makes it a little bit better because I don't feel as guilty about having my Wendy's, but I know that my life is like
Right.
some
Go,
days
go,
1,000
go.
miles an hour, and it's like I don't have time to stop and
Cook,
cook or
right.
make a salad.
I get that.
That's why I make large portions. Like, well, I was a single
Yeah.
mom, so
That's how I'm a single mom
yeah.
too.
So I would do like I always did spaghetti with the turkey meat and organic penne noodles or whatever. But I make a trough
big
of
one.
it.
Yeah, and so
Yeah,
you
so
can
you
eat
can
on
eat a
multiple
couple
days.
things.
Yeah,
That's how I
or
am.
I do like a little, rotisserie chicken and, something on the side that, he can pick off, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that helps to kind of keep a balance where you're not, having to go to Wendy's or whatever.
So it's like meal prep without the.
without all
Without
the
the
different
prep, yeah.
containers. Right.
Yeah, but then I also feel like people look at you like, oh my god,
Fuck them people.
Exactly.
I'm just saying. Well, see,
the
that's
wall.
I think that's another stigma about like being healthy too. Is like, okay, so if we're all making conscious decision, right? Like, say the 3 of us make conscious decision. Oh, we're all gonna get healthy. We're all gonna go to the gym and all this stuff. And I'm like, look, I had Wendy's yesterday, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, you ate Wendy's? What the? Where? I thought we were all gonna." So I think that plays a big thing about being healthy too.
Yeah.
Because honest to God, before I even went back to the gym, because I've tried several gyms or whatever, but it just things didn't work out in between, and I moved and all that stuff. But I had a conversation with my trainer at the time, and I was like, "Look, I got a stigma or whatever about going into the gym." I was like, and that's why I've never stepped foot probably in one in several years. I was like, I got a stigma about going into the gym. I was like, I don't like when people, say things, judge you, look at you crazy, comment back.
Like gym shaming?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, because that happens, period. And then that happens also among like other people, and people don't even realize they do it. And you just be like, you know what, that's why I don't walk into places like these. Like even now, the gym we have is small, but like if I see like 10 cars outside of it, I'm not going in.
Right.
I'll wait till there are like maybe 3, none. I prefer none because you can go in there, do what you need to do, and then be out or whatever. And it's more of a peaceful environment. You don't feel as conscious about it. But I can say for me, I got a stigma.
Right. And a lot of people do.
Right. A lot of people do it. It stops them from making that very first step. But what my trainer did was, because we were friends, our kids knew each other. So we had that conversation first, and I felt more comfortable going in versus like, I'm gonna walk in Planet Fitness today and get me a gym membership. No.
Right.
Listen.
That's
I don't have that stigma, but like I do like to go to the gym with like people because I like to talk. I can't just sit there in silence just listening to music, and because I have like all these thoughts that are like processing through my head all at the same time, and I gotta get them out.
Brittany,
I will sit there and be like, "Hey, are you listening on the treadmill?" I can start out quietly on the treadmill and then be like, "Listen, take it out. I need to talk to you."
We took a gym class together, like to get an extra credit. We took a gym class together, and you had to go to the Y to like do it. And so I would like go and put my headphones on. She'd be like, "Hey, take them out. I'm trying to talk to you.
Take it off. I'm trying to talk to you. Like I can't.
My headphones up on a full charge.
Like I will, and if I am by myself, I will call somebody on the phone and be talking through the whole workout cycle, everything. And I'm just like, I just gotta have somebody to talk to because it's just too quiet. I will go with her, and she'll be like all off somewhere else, just quiet with her headphones on.
And I'm like, what?
Don't talk to me. No.
I be like, no, let me talk to you. Let me tell you what's in my brain.
I'll talk to you. I'm not that type of person. But
yeah, she'll talk to me. But like anybody else, they'll be like, why is she talking to me? Why are you talking to me? I'm trying to work out and da-da-da-da. Well, listen, I'm going to need you to learn how to multitask because I can do it. I'm going to need you to do it.
But I mean, I will say in the plus size community, there's a stigma. There's a lot of people who have a stigma about going to the gym. And there are some plus size people who go in the gym and they get fit and they're like, I don't understand why you got a stigma. And it's like, well... so everybody is different, but I do know that in the plus size community, some people do have a stigma. I had a stigma for a very long time. And like I said, I had to have that conversation with the person first before I even could step foot in there. And a lot of people are like, I don't have to have that. You know what I'm saying? That's, or they think it's weak of you. And it's like, no, I felt more stronger walking in there and after having that conversation versus if I just walked in off the street.
Right. Yeah.
I can say my stuff got better. Even though this person was definitely a part of that past that we don't enter again, like Voldemort, we don't do it again.
He who shall not be named.
He was an awesome.
You know who? You know who is here.
He was an awesome personal trainer. Awesome. I could go into the gym and he would leave me by myself. But what he would do is he would go, because I found out that depending on what time you go to the gym, that's the psychology of the person who's there. And I didn't know that until he put me on. So he was like, majority of the people who go first thing in the morning, they're usually trying to get it out of the way. The people midday, they're trying to work, but they're really trying to maintain. They can go or take it or leave it, but they're just in a maintenance. The people at night are like, I got to get this in because this is going too far, or they're typically plus size people going at night because they don't want to be seen. So what he would do with me is he would see when I would work the hardest. And I would work the hardest in the middle of the day because I ain't trying to get up in the morning. I ain't trying to be there all night. The middle was perfect for me. But that's the time that he saw I put the most in on myself by myself. So once I learned that was my habit in going to the gym, then I met an old lady who put her middle fingers up when she first came in the gym and when she left the gym. Plus size older lady. She would just boop and boop. And I would see her all the time and I'd be like, you know what? You right. That's it. I'm here. I'm gonna put this sweat down. Boop. That's just where my brain
like,
would go.
I'm here. Fuck this shit.
Comfortable. Because I used to be the same, be the same thing, and then going to the other gym with a whole bunch of other like fit people.
Yeah,
I was also
once
that
you
person.
see, once you see them fit people, or like I was always the type of person when we did take the class at the YMCA. It's like you want to go work on the weights, but if you see that there are a lot of people over there on that side, or like sometimes it would just be like the musclehead men period. You'd be like, you know what?
Child, I tell them move out my way now.
I ain't going over there.
Be like,
Because it just is, and I still have sort of a stigma on that too. If I go in the gym and there are like a lot of men working out on the weights,
I'll be right on over there.
I'm not really gonna be interested in doing that. Number one, I don't want to touch after y'all, but number two, it's just like,
girl,
I'm a sprayer. They I go to Bliss Fitness, and now they give you like this large. First, you had your own little personal one, and now they give you this large one. I'm walking around with it, like I know that's right, and it's back down. I'm spraying everything.
Spraying before I use it and after.
I got a towel. I sit on the seat where I can sit on top. Like no, y'all.
But yeah, it's.
Nasty.
I think it's still a stigma, and I still struggle with it on a daily basis.
Now with that, I would say, do you have anything at home like weights, bands,
I got bands,
a ball, or
Yeah, so like most of the time, I'll get it in at home, or I'll go to the track. You know, because the track is not as packed, especially now that it's getting ready to be hot. It damn sure ain't gonna be a whole lot packed because people do not do sweat, okay? So or heat. So now that we can ready to get into these summer months, it's like it's gonna be little. So I'll go to the track if I feel like the gym is too packed,
right,
or whatever. Or if I feel like it's a lot of, it's not what I want to do today. So I'll go to the track, or most of the time, like I'll walk around in my yard or whatever. Yeah. So because I got a large yard anyway, so I'll find a way to make exercise happen, or to make a walk happen, something like that. But yeah, I'm just saying. Like my thing is that there's a stigma, and I think that's the first step of being healthy. A lot of people are like, it's a stigma.
Right.
I think especially when it comes to changing my diet, I lift a lot. But when you lift a lot, they tell you have to replenish more to support the muscle growth and the things you're doing. However, when I look at my diet I don't feel supports what I'm trying to do. So it leads me to eat like, first of all, I have issues eating. So let's start there. Yeah. But the issue eating is the fact that my stomach is funny, and she could love it one day and hate it the next. And it could be the same food. So that's another two, right? But when I look at like plant-based eating, and I look at like, just eating more wholer foods and trying to lift with that, I feel fatigued. I don't feel strong. I don't feel I can support what I'm trying to do with eating that way. But I also feel like it might be what's available to me. And budget-wise, because we still have to make this go 7 days to the next grocery shop. Right.
I was gonna say, because if it comes between me paying my bills and me buying this organic food, sis gonna pay her bills, because I can't eat organic in my car, honey. Right. But me knowing my baby,
can't even cook it.
I will tell you, I will eat oodles and noodles before I don't pay my bills. Okay, and I don't care how non-healthy it is. It is fat-free, but I will do what I got to do to pay my bills, and that's just how that works.
Eat those. If I eat them, I got to know the day I ate them, and then figure out what's going on after that.
But you're gonna do what you gotta do to pay your bills.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am.
I will do that. But as far as supporting the rest of my nutrition and the rest of my weeds, because we know weed make you sleepy, happy, hungry, and supporting everything else, it's just sometimes I feel like it's difficult to understand what my body is asking for in a holistic state versus me just doing what I can normally do, combine a vegetable, a meat, and a starch, and go boom. It makes
a turd.
Right. It makes a turd. Oh, well, yeah, we do say it makes a turd. It's just I need the simplicity of
and
things.
how many turds is important.
And that's why.
Listen,
that's another thing, because I tell people, because everyone's like, oh, my stomach's
be regular
big.
over here,
your
so I ain't
stomach is right here. But if you're bloating, this is all intestines. So if it's bloating out and you got some backage, you got some
just a little backup in there.
Yeah, you got a little waste management control going on, And
I'll be at the altar.
And I always recommend fasting, And I hate when people are like, oh, but I'm on medication.
I like fasting. Fasting
we're trying to
works
get
for me.
you off of medication, but fasting helps a lot. Like
I think it depends on the type of fasting. Like when we say fasting,
I
what
say
are we-
intermittent fasting.
Okay.
Like what
I
we
say
doing?
maybe when you wake up, I always say the night before, make you a glass of water, add some lemon and lime, and leave it on the dresser.
Oh, I do
When
that.
you wake up, chug it all.
That's your
I need water in the middle of my sleep.
Listen,
Yeah,
it
so
just
chug it all,
dry.
and
dreams-
that's
my
an
dreams
immediate
need the
detox,
water.
and that would drop some, some stuff out your intestines. Get that? Then just chug water all day, because believe it or not, the more we eat, and if you I don't want to say alcoholic, Lord have mercy.
If you drink,
If you drink,
then I
you would
do.
never be able to replenish like the water that you need to make a poop. And alcohol dries it up. So if you're constantly eating and drinking and you're not drinking enough water, it becomes hard. So then you got to kind
I
of
get
stop,
it.
and you just got to keep literally just chug water. I know you're gonna pee all day, but it softens it up, and you'll find yourself going a lot more.
Can I have some coffee? I need coffee to sit bad.
Black coffee, no cream, no sugar.
God damn.
Yeah,
I can do, but
you know,
I could do certain black
but you know what?
coffees,
It's a
but
bunch
like
of plant-based.
I could do sugar.
they do have
cream
plant-based
stuff.
creamers. Yeah,
Yeah.
some of them are
I
bad.
could do sugar free or no sugar. And cream.
I don't put sugar in my
Yeah,
coffee.
they do like a plant-based creamer.
But
if
I don't.
I'm
I
not
don't know. I don't
mistaken.
put sugar in there. But
agave.
I
If you
do.
need it to be sweet, agave is
I don't
the
need.
most.
I don't. I just
I don't
need
need
it
to
to not
sweet.
be
I
as
just
strong.
I do like creamer though.
So I was about to say I do
I
like
like
creamer,
black
but I.
Can you put honey in coffee?
you can.
You can if you want to, but I mean,
I don't know how that tastes, but I feel like you can.
I do know that there are some, yes, but they are expensive. So if you do that, then that's fine. But I just do.
What is
I
it?
just
Is
do
it
no
simply?
sugar for me.
Is it simply? It comes in the white thing.
Yeah, simply.
Yeah, they make a good plant-based one made out of like almond milk or whatever. But theirs is that's like the only one that I have found that I actually like. So, but everything else,
But yeah, I
tastes like crap.
y'all ready for the hot seat question? You ready?
What's that? Oh, it's for me. Okay. Let it
what?
burn.
Now, while we all be on this weedy and wellness, we also some women ladies.
We are.
And I just want to know, what's the
I can only
perfect...
imagine what this is gonna be.
What? You see me looking?
I'm laughing right now.
What?
We
What
also
is
some
it?
women ladies. I want to know, like, if you were making the tonic, and we'll call this like the tonic. We'll give you a couple scenarios, and these are the tonics.
The juice.
The juice. The
Okay, the juice.
Okay.
After I went to that steakhouse dinner with my red bottoms on.
Yeah, because you gotta pay for that. You gotta pay for that.
I know what you're saying.
You gotta pay for that.
Look, it's in the works.
You know you gotta pay for that. Ain't no way.
Okay, so what is it?
Steakhouse and you ain't got to
What I'm gonna
pay
do
for
after?
that.
Right.
Is there a
It better be
flush?
some reparation
You said
on deck.
Them red bottoms going in the
Soon as
air.
he pays the check, your reparations better be ready. Soon as you take your last bite of broccolini,
Hold on, let me
Yeah,
get
not
to it.
broccoli.
While I'm working on my reparations.
you better have
working
your
on my reparations.
Working on the
ready.
reparations.
What's the
Keep
recipe for
sliding
my
that card
reparations?
if it
That's what
ain't
we're gonna call
ready.
it. What's the recipe
is
for
it
my
for him or her?
reparations? It's for her.
For her.
So you
Yeah, because he already ready. He done paid the check. He
Yeah,
ready.
It's so funny because I'm actually making a tea for the him, but for us, it's really ashwagandha. Ashwagandha.
That I've heard.
Sea moss, but totally up to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna say because what you ingest affects the outcome. Okay.
Pineapples.
Oh, of course,
Yes,
pineapple.
The OG.
Tonics.
Yeah. I would say, and maybe a glass of wine. Believe it or not.
What kind of wine?
Red.
I can't do red.
You can't really?
Yeah,
It's
red.
good for the
Red
heart.
is good for you. It is good for you, but I do rosé.
Okay.
happy medium. Happy medium. I say
do
good
rosé.
rosé.
You know, I do a rosé.
Okay.
But like before the red, while you getting ready for the red, but that's when you do the
Tell me, like,
ashwagandha.
put it AM, PM, midday.
Yeah, you
what I
do
gotta
Take your ashwagandha
You take
before
your
you go
ashwagandha
to the
before you go
steakhouse.
out.
Before
Yeah.
you go
And
to
then
the
on the way
steakhouse.
there, it's
pineapple
percolating
juice
and working.
You drink your
you know.
pineapple juice, and then when you get to the restaurant, you get you a rosé.
You get
That's
your
right.
rosé, and then you be ready. You
It's
be ready
time for the
anyway.
and then
Later.
once he slide the card, because you know the reparation.
Listen,
You
valet.
You said,
About to say,
Like, are
let
you
me get my
ready?
valet right.
You ready to go?
Right.
You ready to
I'm
go?
ready to go. You ready to go?
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
I can't think. It's another root, but I'm not sure if that's for women and men.
Is it
It's
dandelion?
The maca root.
Oh, I heard of maca. I've heard of
that's for the-
dandelion too.
That's
Yeah.
for the both of
That's
us.
for the
I
both.
think the
yeah.
maca is for both.
That's
of
for
us.
the
Now,
both.
So,
here's,
yeah.
now here's my question about the ashwagandha.
And
because they say
Heritage
that
Market
it's not,
has that.
they said that you should not take a lot of it. Like
What, the maca?
no, the ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha. Oh yeah.
You should
I
not
wouldn't.
like if you
What's
take
a
it
lot?
for if you take it for a week, you should like not take it the next week.
So you cycle off.
So
Right,
1 week on,
right.
1 week off.
Because
So if I'm
It's not
really
like
trying
what-
to like
So, like,
slut
what
him
will it
out,
do?
I need to do it within that 7-day period.
Well, see, ashwagandha also does a lot of things too. It does.
Oh,
It does
okay.
manage your stress.
Yeah,
and so it
relaxes
makes
you.
it relaxes you,
so
but
I'm
it
gonna be
makes
relaxed
you.
when I go to Roof Queer.
You said so.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna be relaxed,
I'll
all
be
right.
relaxed.
But it relaxes
Hey.
you a lot or whatever. And a lot of people say that it gives them the feeling of like no, like they have no emotion.
Is this
no
to replace
How much
fentanyl?
say? That's a
I
lot
mean,
of
if you-
ashwagandha.
I mean, my thing is if you watch TikTok, a lot of people use it
Like,
like
they
when
don't have no
when they
emotion
break
or
up
no
or
house,
whatever. Yeah,
nothing?
they just don't have no emotions in it. But a lot of people are like, you should cycle it out. Like me, if I take it, it's because I had a stressful day. You know what I'm saying? I just want to like
Relax.
not think of anything.
So can you combine that with the tweeds or no?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I mean, I feel like it won't kill you, but I mean, for me, I would. For me though,
smokable
like
herb.
once I read
Herbs.
that you should not take so much ashwagandha, I would rather smoke weed first. Then, if I still feel like I need a little something extra, then I would take the ashwagandha. But for your reparation, I would take the ashwagandha, and then unless you smoke a certain strain of weed, and then after that, you be ready for the steakhouse and the
Yeah, 'cause it ain't gonna
ashwagandha.
matter.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna matter after that.
Yeah, you're right.
You won't know what happened.
So if
Well,
that-
you will, but you know.
If that is the us, what is the him? Because
Oh,
we
the
definitely
him.
have plenty of men who listen to the pod.
Ginseng.
yes.
them.
Ginseng root. Yep, that's how I had my son. Yep. Ginseng
Yes.
and red stripe.
Yeah.
Ginseng and red stripe. 20-some years ago.
Woo, not no
Yeah.
red
The red stripe.
Red stripe. Yes, girl. Yes.
Oh, honey.
And Jamaican
and
beer.
that was-
Yes, it is.
And that was him. So yeah.
The
So
Hennessy
that's
and
how that
Jamaican beers,
happened.
girl. What you talking about?
Wow.
And
red stripe.
Mace, if you are listening to this episode,
That's gonna be the
okay,
name of the
Hey.
episode.
Look,
Ginseng
knockout,
and red
right?
stripe.
Ginseng and red stripe.
And red stripe. Yes.
Bam.
That's gonna be the name of the episode right
Oh,
there.
you need-
Ginseng and red stripe wellness edition.
Right.
That's all you need.
But for men, it's maca root, needle root. I'm gonna add saw palmetto, which helps with prostate health.
We're in the age that is important.
Yeah. So the tonic I'm actually creating is for, it's the name of it is called Like Bull. Like, I'm not sure if you ever seen
The bull, like the
Like Bull.
like bull.
Like
bull.
bull.
Like bull.
Like strong
Yeah.
like bull.
Like strong like bull.
Strong
Yeah.
like bull.
Yeah, wasn't
Maybe
that
that's
on
the name of the
Waterboy or
episode.
something? It was on one. So it's strong like bull, but
Okay.
I'm gonna call it like bull. But it also gears into prostate health. So, and actually, my dad was I didn't create the entire tonic for my dad, but I did like a tea with mullein, saw palmetto. What else? I had burdock root in there, and I think I did some echinacea just to boost the immune system. And he had a prostate care. He was scared. And he started taking the tea, and his PSA readings went down. So, doctor said was like, see you in a couple months, 6 months. So,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, this worked, but I want to do like a male enhancement and kind of,
I was gonna
make
say,
it
is this what's gonna
bedazzle.
replace the Viagra?
I wanted to replace
Yes.
the Viagra, because that causes
they got those
all
little
types
honey
of
packs
stuff.
and
I was about to say,
Yeah.
it's really, but it's really not for that. It's really for your heart. It's just the blood goes into a different part of your body.
To the and,
And
meanwhile,
that's
the
just
heart
that
is-
just so happens to be the part of the body that it goes to. You know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Blue light special on aisle 2.
But yeah, so I forgot the other. It's Tongo.
Tonkat Ali.
Is that? I think that's how you
Tonka?
pronounce it. Yeah. Yes, I just ordered some of that too. So all those are good for
Listen.
men.
Wow.
Yeah,
Take notes.
Take notes.
Take notes over there.
Yeah.
Listen.
He looked at you like he looked at you like
Not you
girl, I
on
don't
there
need that.
specifically, but like the people
He
out
looked
there.
at you like I don't need that.
This camera.
That ain't what I'm talking to.
He looked at you like girl, I don't need that. He got it.
Like what you trying to say?
And
No,
that's what
I'm
a
not
lot of
gonna say
men
that.
say that. Oh, I don't need that. I said, well, it helps prostate health. Oh, okay, well, I'll take it. But
Right.
yeah. So I'm working. I will work on a
Men don't
woman
know what
one.
they need until they need it, and that's just how that works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, men are a little, they're interesting.
skittish.
Little spish.
Interesting
skittish.
little humans.
Child.
You know,
Skittish.
gotta love them.
They're skittish.
They be
Gotta
like,
love 'em.
I wear Hanes and
No,
only
I-
Hanes.
I have a question. I have a question just for Black people and melanated people in general, because we are the ones who are prominent with this one issue. What do you recommend naturally for blood pressure problems? Because like I said, we are the number one people who will have this, like most
high
of
blood pressure.
Yeah, most of your grandparents, they
pressure,
taking
not
something for
nobody.
it, and I know that a lot of us melanated people, also the medicines for it, we have the
Causes
most
other
reactions to it, right? Because it causes like swelling.
Right.
The one that they first recommend you, it'll cause swelling. And so for me, it caused swelling, and my grandmother caused her tongue to swell up, and they had to switch her medicine. But most of them are like, I've taken this for like several years, and nothing's ever happened. But it's like,
Those are like for life medicines, right?
Yeah.
It's never meant
but
to
it's
heal,
like,
though. It's
but
just,
it's
like
meant
a
to control
placebo.
it. And so I just want to, if there's,
Band-Aid.
is there something else? Because melanated people will say if ginger ale and apple cider vinegar can't cure it, then
They can't
then
it don't work.
you know what I'm saying? God take me now.
Well,
So-
it is all about health. I mean, not health, but eating healthy. The greens, the vitamin Ks, the vitamin Es, a lot of fiber, oats, granola, anything like that. Like, the Cheerios commercial, I lower my cholesterol. So, and it is true. You got to do a lot of the oats and, the omega seeds, pumpkin seeds. It's just a diet. Really,
And
to lower your cholesterol
what if
and
you're
diabetes.
eating like that and you still got it?
How long have you been eating like that?
I don't have blood pressure problems, but I mean, I just listen. Do not put that spirit over here.
Pause.
But
like,
I
wait a minute,
asked
that's
that
heavy,
because
but-
I do know some melanated people who do eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? They're like, I changed my diet. I don't eat like beef. I don't eat, certain things anymore
Right.
or whatever. And I've changed my diet, but I still,
Have high blood pressure.
I still have these issues. And it's like,
How long? Because it depends how long they had high blood pressure versus how long they've been eating healthy, going hard, or whatever. And it also depends on how consistent they are. If they're not still sneaking in that little beef stew or sneaking in that red, the red steak meats, or that's all it is. Because people will say, "Oh, I've been eating healthy," but they don't tell you that they don't see the plate of.
I left them in the car.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
Yeah,
everything
so-
is balanced or whatever, and I know that
Right.
everybody's you're not gonna eat healthy
Every day, right,
I
right,
mean,
yeah.
that's unrealistic for anybody unless
Right.
you just are that person. But I mean, it's just
But if when it comes to that, you got to figure high blood pressure, diabetes, all this can technically kill you. It can take you out. So you have to make sacrifices. You know what I mean? That's just it. You're going to sacrifice yourself, or you're going to sacrifice, not eating a certain thing. You know what I mean?
Or the cycle, and I fall apart on the weekends, like you suggest.
Right. Yeah. Right, exactly. So it's kind of like you got to look at your health and how you want to live your days. You know what I mean? So, and you just got, like anything else, like I said, I tell everybody that you should treat your health like Bae. You know what I mean? Like Bae, when Bae introduce you to something new, you like, oh, Bae, let me try that.
yes,
or,
everyone, yes,
you
everyone.
know, or
oh
if
my
Bae,
God,
right? If Bae want to go to a new
Everyone.
restaurant, okay, I never been here before. So you need to treat.
And now all of a sudden it's your favorite restaurant.
Right.
I love it here.
Yeah, so
Never
health
ate
needs to be
there.
like, babe, you got to try it out. You got to keep it consistent. You got to put effort into it. And, you got to wait for the result. Nothing happens overnight. You know what I mean? Nothing. Like, I know people that do it 90 days. Fuck it, I ain't lost no weight to this. So you're going to go back and put on what, why you have to, everything takes time. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just being consistent and just being patient with yourself. You know what I mean? More focused on picking better items to eat.
But
That's
it's
just
not.
it.
It's not a tea or anything that.
Oh no,
get the
to
job
just get
done.
it done. No, honey, it requires work, especially if you have it in your system. It didn't just poof in your system one day. So
Like, I'm sure there are things that are like aid in helping, but you gotta.
Yeah, you still got to put the work into
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I got some takeaways. I got some things to do.
I think we all do. I think
Yeah.
everybody in general just wants to be just a better you, period. So I think that, like I said, health is going to be a lifelong thing. And it's not to say that I'm going to go drink this hibiscus tea and then want to adapt her diet overnight, because we all know that I am a carnivore.
Right,
So I like my four food groups, okay? It didn't come from the Fantastic
But as long
Four.
as
It
it's
ain't
like,
happen.
it's still in the back of your mind. Like when you do go for something, you're like, you know what? Let me eat a salad today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me, as long as
I'm gonna eat a
that.
salad with my big pork chop.
Yeah, Jesus.
You know what?
Listen, again,
I like my
Right,
four food groups. I'm just saying.
process. It's a process.
So, because to me, I have a small issue with vegan food, and the only reason why I have a small issue with vegan food is because I feel like some of it's processed food, and I'm like, I feel like it's not real. I feel like because it was made in a factory, and I understand that everything is made and processed in a factory, but it's right. So it's like, what is in that? And every time I've ever questioned somebody about like when they say, "Oh, I had a vegan burger." But what's in it? Every time I've ever
I'll do a plant-based. I mean, a black bean burger.
Every time I've ever questioned somebody, they've never.
That's what I never like. What is the Beyond Meat?
What is it?
You would never see me recommend the Beyond
what
Meat.
Is it? And it's
Like,
like
mystery meat.
right. People they never can answer. They're like, it's vegan, and I'm like, but what kind of vegan? Like, what is it?
T.I. said it was homeless people and missing children. That's what he said. Don't quote me on this. I'm not sure.
It's beyond the pale at this point. It is beyond the pale.
Yeah, it's just I wouldn't recommend those. I would
Mystery
say
it's like hot dogs and bologna.
A black bean burger if you're gonna do that, or mushroom burger, or they do a lot of things with mushroom to make it taste like chicken.
Yeah.
So I would say stick with that. The mystery meat stuff,
anytime you ever like see it in the bag, I'm just like,
it looks like flesh.
But what is it?
It's like what is this? And it's like,
people.
And now I for real don't want it.
like for me, I know what I'm getting with a pork chop. I know what I'm getting with a steak. I know what I'm getting with chicken and fish. I don't know what that is. So, and I mean, like I said, I come from farmers, or we come from farmers because we're sisters. So we come from farmers. So a lot of things that we've seen happen with meat, we know that it's good quality when we're getting it. We're not saying that.
Oh, I know where exactly.
Right. We're not saying that. Oh, we're not saying it's that stuff that you see in the documentary or whatever. We know what good quality stuff looks like. So I don't mind eating.
Yeah, for you to have chickens.
I was gonna say I don't mind eating pork, and because I know where it came from and I know what it looks like. I don't mind eating.
But that's the thing. Our families back in the day lived off pork.
Yeah, they lived off
for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just now that it has became so tainted. Like back in the day, people had chickens their own. Pigs and all that. You know what you fed them. Now they're sticking them with so much shit just to make them fat to feed the world. That's what's making us sick. You know what I mean? But if you got chickens and geese and stuff in the backyard and, you want to eat them, then I say, that's healthy eating. I plan to retire. Like, I want my own island, and I want like a little pond. I want my own little swordfish and stuff swimming around. All right, good. And I want chickens in the back, and whatever. And yeah, that's I know I'm growing it. It's gonna be healthy.
Outside?
Yeah. Right.
You're so stupid.
When it's not hot outside.
When is it winter on the island?
Right. Never.
It's like somebody wants me to come visit them in Texas. When is it winter in Texas?
And I hate when someone have a cookout at 3:00 in the afternoon in the summertime. I'll see you at 7. How about that?
Right.
Yeah, it's hot.
Oh man, ladies, this was a good kickoff for a good old
But
visual.
before we go, can we talk about this? What is this stuff on the table?
Okay,
can we talk about the stuff on the
what
table?
we have on the table here is Be Well Sea Moss Smoothie. This is very berry. And it's either with coconut milk or almond milk. It depends. If they don't have my coconut milk, then you're going to get almond milk. Either way, it's delicious. And then we have the healer capsules, which actually has ashwagandha, sea moss, bladderwrack, turmeric, burdock, and I put black pepper because, black pepper increases the turmeric. This is actually good for people that don't want to do
the reparations. There's your reparations.
She brought us a reparation.
And this is pretty much good for people that don't want to do the gel or, don't want to do smoothie. This is actually my newest product. Here are my juices. This is cold pressed. This is like, she actually has everything. Ginger root, beets, celery, turmeric, cayenne pepper. That's everything. This is like an all-in-one. The sea moss is strawberry and kiwi. It's half and half. Let me get in here. Check it out. Ooh. It's half and half. I put a lot of time and effort in that. And these are my energy drinks, which has spirulina, chlorella, and matcha. It's really matcha based. Trail mix. This was actually an experiment for my son when he drove to Daytona. I fixed this. I was like, see how long it'll hold you. That's why it's called a survivor mix. And honey, he'll call me in Daytona. I was like, Mom, I didn't have to stop and get anything to eat. I did the night. I was like, okay, boom, product.
I know that's right.
And then I have natural teas. So this is sorrel, but I have blue butterfly, burdock, soursop, elderberry, and rose hips. Ooh. And I also have CBD gummies. I have hot chocolate, and I do meatless meal plans. So I try to cover everything, like your snacks, your supplements, your energy, just everything.
Stop shop. I don't have to think about it. I can say, build me a bag.
Right. This is what I'm doing. This is what I need.
Right. So when I fall off the wagon,
Put me back on.
Right. So I try to, cover every aspect of health.
Okay.
So there's no excuse.
I like.
Well, if you all want access to Sun and her wonderful umbrella of wellness, yes, we will put a link that will link you to Sun. That way you can grab some sunny delights that are on the table.
I love it.
And as always, please like, click, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Comment too.
Yeah.
And send us your bags.
Right.
Yes. Please don't forget to send us your bags. We are still doing the Crown Royal Purple Bag Project, which is the us helping the troops working with packages from home. They use the Crown Royal bags to make care packages for those troops. And we just basically collect them and help them send them to the packages from home people. And they will pack the bags. We can help them pack the bags. And, just make it just
Does it
physical
have to
circle
be
or something.
purple? 'Cause I
It
have
does
a
not have to be
host of
purple.
apple ones.
It does not have to be purple. They actually
Okay.
take all the bags, so it doesn't
Okay,
necessarily
okay,
have to be
cool,
purple.
cool.
But we know purple is the signature
Signature
of Crown
bag.
Royal.
Right.
So, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. We need your bags.
We got bags.
Yes, send us bags.
Bray is an apple crown drinker.
Go to your local
And tell
ABC
Babe
store
can't
and
stop,
ask
won't
them
stop
for theirs
when
too.
And just lay them over, for.
I gotcha.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And
I
this
feel
is
very
something-
informed.
Right.
I'm ready to go take on the world.
You guys
Right.
got some information from
Yes.
me.
And I'm gonna go back to the gym with my sorrel bag with my middle finger up.
All right.
Right?
That's what's gonna happen. But this is been wonderful, ladies. And
Yes.
as always, you've tuned into an episode of
Kush Curves and Conversations.
Catch us on the next go round. Bye.